Hey, what's up, YouTube? What we're doing today is we're just explaining why we're gonna stop Bitcoin mining essentially, because profitability is just not worth it. Um, I'm using all of Cyberworld 7's equipment. I mean, they're not gonna really use it for anything else, but profitability is just getting kind of to the point where it's not worth boosting my power bill $100 a month to make essentially $300 a month. Um, uh, when we first started up and got everything up and running, our maximum profitability was actually over $500 a month. But we didn't even sustain it for that long because profitability kept going down. Even with this card right here that I'm running on this system, it's only pulling in 50 cents Canadian a day. About half of that is going into electricity alone. So profitability is getting lower and lower. Um, as you can see here, we started, well, the first payment was 0.001 Bitcoin on January 31st. So I think I started around on the 28th, and we ended up adding more cards. So the payments weren't that regular then, but let's see here. So our last payment, they've also dropped down to every 2 days instead of every day. See, we were getting paid 24th, 25th, 26th, 28th, the first, and then the third, and then the fifth. So it's skipping a day because we don't even reach that minimum balance in Bitcoin. And our hashing is still, I mean, the hashing power hasn't gone down. So it doesn't make any sense because at the peak of our hashing power and payments, we were getting like 0.0013 here. And as you can see, it just continued downward and downward and downward. And a lot of people are trying to come up with explanations as to why this is happening with NiceHash. A lot of people are saying NiceHash is skimming some off the top of everybody's profits because they're paying back people that were victims of hackers in their accounts and they lost their Bitcoin balances, and NiceHash is paying back 10% of their hacked balances. And a lot of people are saying that's the reason why everybody's profitability is going down. Nobody will truly know what the real thing is. It seems like, because I don't think anybody's going to come out and say it. But another explanation is difficulty for these altcoins that NiceHash mines and then exchanges for Bitcoin, or the Bitcoin price has been going down, but it did go up to $14,700, $800, almost 15,000, and profitability really didn't go up with it. So altcoins compared to Bitcoin might have been worth less, or whatever the explanation is. Profitability has just been going down. So we still have everything running right now, but our profitability per month is only 285 Canadian. Now that was up to over $500, even when Bitcoin was at around 12,000 bucks. So that math doesn't line up, and our hashing power hasn't really gone down. And when you look at the last 7 days of profitability here, that line stays pretty relatively straight across. Now this is when a system went offline for Windows update, and when I tried the Zcash mining alone. Zcash mining alone wasn't nearly as profitable as NiceHash. I've seen other people do mining videos where they try out Simple Miner OS or something else, and they're getting a little bit more success with Simple Miner OS, but not all cards are compatible with it. And since we have such a wide variety of cards and systems, it would be pretty difficult to get set up because you have to basically stick a USB into the computer and boot off of that system and then manage it through, I guess, a web GUI or something. I haven't looked too much into it, but it's not like running a program on your Windows machine and then running it. It's like running a Linux-based OS just for mining. So how much in Bitcoin did we actually make over our roughly 2 months of mining? Well, currently, the wallet amount that I have is, let's see here, 0.0033840076. Now I did transfer out 0.003 Bitcoin to an exchange to buy some other altcoins that might have some promising futures. But pretty much the amount that we made was 0.003684076 Bitcoin. So I went to a convert Bitcoins to Canadian converter, and we made $420. So we actually mined, no, not 2 months. Did we? No. Well, February, all of February pretty much, and some of March, and $420. So at our peak profitability, back in the middle of February, pretty much, we were getting a projected income of 500. But since profitability has gone down, I mean, that just shows that we haven't been able to attain that amount. So what we're going to do is we're just going to shut down mining, call it a day, uh, probably get a more secure wallet to hold these in because NiceHash has been hacked in the past, and go from there. Because holding on to the Bitcoin right now might just be the best option. I did want to get up to 5% of a Bitcoin, which would have been 0.005. But at this point, it's not really worth the extra cost in electricity um, for what we're mining in our operation. If we had a bigger operation making thousands or more, a month, it might be worth it because then it would be more likely an income source rather than just a hobby. Um, but yeah, if you have any questions about the Bitcoin mining process, anything else like how to work with exchanges or how to transfer Bitcoin to get actual money, we'll go over that if you'd like. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe, and as always, have a nice day.